Hello everyone, this is Bryant with SFOTsource.com, your premier guide to Six Flags Over Texas. As you can see, we're out at the park, and we actually had some really nice mild weather here in Texas over this last week, or I should say in DFW. Fast forward to today, nice and hot again. I think the heat index is feels like 97, so we're gonna bear through it because today is the first day of Oktoberfest, which runs now through October 30th. There's German foods, adult beverages, all kinds of stuff, brand new food festival, so we're gonna check that out. We'll also, of course, take a look at the progress on the Fright Fest setup because there's still a lot of kind of fill in the blanks that we wanna figure out. And we'll look around at the park and see the other improvements. I did notice that the tram is running today, so that's very good news. They might be prepping that for the Fright Fest crowds because it doesn't seem too busy here today, but I think we've done enough talking, so we're gonna head inside, check out Oktoberfest, and oh, one more thing. They actually started testing Aquaman Power Wave this week. Maybe if we're lucky enough, we'll see them working on that. I don't know if they'll do a test run today with the park being open, because the ride doesn't actually open until next year, but we will go check it out, see what we can see, show you all, kind of talk about it. So, let's head into the park. Here just outside of security, you can see to the left they've actually put a huge Fright Fest sign out here, which kind of makes me think maybe they've taken it down once you get into the park, so we'll have to see if something has changed over at front gate. But they also have some other stuff for Oktoberfest, so we'll show that here real quick. And so right here to the right of the main entrance, you've got a nice little Oktoberfest Food Festival setup. I actually really like this. This looks really nice. It looks like they've got some of the beer brands there on those barrels, and then of course you've got the food festival logo. Very fun fall looking for sure. So just as we kind of anticipated, they have taken down this big archway that had the Fright Fest sign. It does look like they've also resituated some of the old attractions decor. The other interesting thing is over here at the Six Flags Upgrades info booth, it's actually open. So if that's something you need to utilize, it looks like that is fully activated now. So they have put out some new, basically some event guides, and you can see here on this Oktoberfest one, it gives you an idea of all of the food items and some of the drink items there. And when we flip this over, we actually have a lot of Boo Fest stuff on here, so you can kind of see a map. Feel free to pause and look at that. We will update our website with this info, but you can see all the show stuff they're doing there, and kind of where the trick-or-treat trail and all that stuff is. So very cool. Looks like they're actually really investing into the daytime portion of this event, so we'll definitely have to come back and check it out. And so yeah, just up here in the Silver Star Mall, they have kind of rearranged some of the stuff. They've also set up some more stuff up on the stage, and you can see the fountain there is now got that blood red going on, so we're getting closer and closer. It's looking pretty good out here so far. And we made our way into Bugs Bunny Boomtown just so we could kind of show you what's going on with the Kids Boo Fest event. So you swing around this way in front of Wile E. Coyote's Grand Canyon Blaster, you can see this kind of hay maze. So this is where Kids Boo Fest headquarters is going to be. So this will be where your crazy hay maze, the Kids Scream contest, and the Kids Costume contest is. So all kind of happening right here front and center in Bugs Bunny Boomtown. We've backtracked our way out of Bugs Bunny Boomtown here back into the main USA section. And right here before you get to France, you can see Oktoberfest Food Festival pointing to the left. So we are going to head into France next to kind of see what this festival is all about. And I do think that's the only Kids Boo Fest stuff that's happening back this way as well. We've just come under the France archway to check out Oktoberfest, but we were greeted by our first big scare zone, which has been renamed Les Bazaars du Freak, which I guess kind of makes sense because it's in the France section, so good on them for doing that. But it doesn't really look like there's any Oktoberfest stuff actually happening in France, but this is where this scare zone is going to be, so beware. It will get spooky in here. You can see, though, nothing too super crazy during the day. There's a little bit of gory stuff and scary pumpkins, but, or scary clown, man. I don't know where pumpkin came from, but, oh, I guess there's also a a man-eating chicken poster, so you got to beware of that too, but otherwise not too crazy. And you can notice here at Southern Palace in the Old South section, they've taken down all the decor because this will be home to Love at First Fright. Now, when you swing around this way, they do have this photo op back out here, very fun little pumpkin photo op. And then you really start to actually hit Oktoberfest stuff after that. So they've got like a shuffleboard game under the refill station awning, and they've got some cornhole out here. Now, the website did say there was some kind of live entertainment, but I don't know about that. I haven't seen anything that would indicate that so far, but it is looking kind of fun out here. And the clock tower is going off in the background, but right here outside of Southern Palace, you can see we've got our first kind of booth, which is the brews booth. So it looks like there you can get all kinds of canned beers. So I gotta figure out where we actually buy the pass for this, because that hasn't been very evident yet. Right across from Runaway Mountain, you've got another fun Oktoberfest photo op. And I really like kind of the way they've branded this. It looks pretty good. I do think as we move towards JB Smokehouse, you will start to run into the actual food offering sections. So right here at this little small Express JB Smokehouse booth is where all of the main food offerings are being handed out. Looks like all the entrees. They've got some draft beer, bottled beer. You can see bratwurst, smoked sausage on a stick. There's a limited edition Stein that you can get. And they've, of course, got some Stein refills for $10. And also you can do some bottled beer. So you see there on the left, Taste of Oktoberfest sampler, 2 food items, and 1 souvenir Stein with choice of beverage for $26.99. So they do have some draft beers up back there, as you can see. So this is going to be kind of your main spot to pick up more of the hearty and draft beer items. We'll keep moving along though. I don't think this is it. And this little porch area outside of JB's barbecue, where you can kind of eat in this covered patio section, has been decorated for Oktoberfest. Look at this. This looks really nice. This whole area actually looks really nice. We'll kind of swing around. I do think there are actually some food items inside of JB's that we need to go check out. But before we head into JB's, I just want to show you, they have decked out this whole Old South section with banners, flags, string lights, all kinds of stuff. It does look like we've got some more food offerings that way. We'll head that way here in just a minute once we go into JB's. We have made our way into JB Smokehouse Barbecue, and you can see more Oktoberfest offerings. You've got the Worst Fest plate, which is 3 German sausage platter with German potato salad and sauerkraut. You've got more alcohol here. It's not on the menu, but on the counter over there, they do have some cake, which is really cool. And so here is a look at that Worst Fest platter. You can see you've got the 3 different sausages. You've got the sauerkraut, the German potato salad, and a huge thank you to the park. They actually provided this food, and you can see this is one of the dessert offerings, the cake. So very, very nice, high quality looking food. Let's give it a try. All right, folks, we just finished the Worst Fest plate along with that piece of chocolate cake. Really, really nice. So all of your sausage is all different from the next, and they all had distinguishable flavors. So it's a really nice change up from piece to piece. We also tried the potato salad. That was probably the freshest food item I've ever had at a Six Flags. Really delicious, and just different from like your normal American potato salad, which was also really fun. So the cake, kind of like your standard cake, but it had a really good flavor, very sweet, and you know, very what's the word? Not dry. It was very moist, very nice. So all really good options. And like I said before, huge thank you to Six Flags Over Texas. They actually offered the food to us to try for the video, so we're very thankful for that. So now that we've got a nice full stomach of some good German food, we'll keep kind of walking around and showing you what else they have. I really love these hand-carved, well, I won't say hand-carved, but just carved nice wooden signs. You can see here pointing to the pretzels. That's an important sign to have. You got to know where the pretzels are. But you swing around this way, and Primo's is another location that has some food offerings. They've also got another brews booth out here serving up some canned adult beverages. And you swing this way and they actually have another really cool Oktoberfest photo op. So I love the decoration. It makes a huge difference out here, and it looks really good. They've turned this all just into one big cool village, so I love it, and I definitely recommend you all come check it out. So over here in the Smith Street Ice Cream Parlor, they have the German waffle. So $9.99 waffle top with vanilla ice cream and strawberries. So very simple, but a nice sweet offering here at the Smith Street Ice Cream Parlor. Now over here to the left of the Smith Street Ice Cream Parlor, you've got even another photo op. So photo ops everywhere. I love it. Let's head over to Primo's and see what's on their menu. So here in Primo's, they have the Bavarian pretzel, which is served with beer cheese. You've also got the apple strudel, warm strudel topped with icing. So it's $9.99, $7.99. Of course, you've got your limited edition Stein, which they actually have some, so you can kind of see what that looks like there. Just a pretty basic plastic cup with the logo on it, but still definitely a fun way to do the event. Now, they do have some of the strudels out here, and you see that plate, you see how big that thing is. It's huge. So I'm so full, I don't think I can try this, but we might have to come back for a separate visit to check it out. So just one more look at all of the really awesome Oktoberfest decor through the Old South section. So spanning from Primo's all the way down near Southern Palace is where you can find all of your booths and all of your food items. And then of course here on the pillars leading you into the Texas section, you've got one last banner with some fun garland and decor. All looks really good. So we're gonna keep on going. We gotta walk some of this food off, and we'll kind of point out some more Fright Fest stuff as we go. We're kind of taking a really unusual trail through the park today. So we've made our way into the Texas section, and you can see here at the Crazy Horse Saloon, they will be bringing back the Vampire Lounge and Bar during Fright Fest. So really fun little thing they do here. So you swing over from Crazy Horse Saloon and you come over to the courthouse stage, and this is actually where two shows are happening during Fright Fest. So we already knew about Monster Shop, but according to our kids' Boo Fest guide that we've been able to pick up, this is also going to be where the Little Monsters Academy is. So we don't really know anything about it, but it will be here at the courthouse stage. So just another fun little show offering during the day. As we go across the bridge into the lower Texas section, you can see we've got kind of your typical spooky stuff on the bridge. Now, during Hallowfest a couple years ago, this was a scare zone, but there's really no indication if it would return as a scare zone or if this is just decor. We have looped back around over to Pirates of Spelunker Cave, which you can see is still closed. And we have learned that this will be closed through Fright Fest. So hopefully after Fright Fest, we'll have some kind of better timeline about this coming back. Now, they have put up some kind of, decorative lights and things like that for Fright Fest. You can see them going up the trees. They've also put a fog machine out here, so they've tried to kind of hide it, but it's right there. So don't know if maybe there's some kind of scare zone back over here, because Piggy's will reopen, but it's at least going to be spooky over here nonetheless. Just a friendly reminder, as we make our way past Pirates of Spelunker Cave, you can see the dates for the 3 fall events here at Six Flags Over Texas. So Oktoberfest is now through October 30th. And then next weekend, you've got Fright Fest and Kids Boo Fest, which will run also to the end of October. Before you make your way over into the tower section, here kind of across from Pirates of Spelunker Cave is like this Oasis stage that used to have a bar over by it. You can see they have started fitting this out with pirate-themed stuff because there is a show here, and it is called Blundering Buffoons, and I have no idea what that consists of. Does look like it is a daytime show though, so once we have more details on that, we will post it on sfotsource.com. As we make our way into the tower section, you can see Oil Derrick right here. We have learned that this will be the location of a bar during Fright Fest, so that's definitely going to be very interesting. We have made our way up the Oil Derrick because it's open today, and just to kind of get a bird's eye view of Aquaman Power Wave. It doesn't look like there's any active work going on. You can see the one boat that they have put on the track is over on the little maintenance spur, so it's not actually on the track to run. But it does look like they have removed some of the construction fence, so you can get a little bit closer to it and actually take a look at it. So we will have to go down there and look at that here in just a little bit once we get over to the USA section. Here next to Cattle Lake Barge in the tower section, it looks like our next scare zone is coming together quite nicely. It doesn't look like it has a name tag on it yet, but they've got quite a bit of decor out here. So one of the interesting things is that they've actually got the graves of Arania's 13 husbands out here. So they're really playing into the nostalgia, and I love it. But all along here, got all kinds of decor. They've even added this spooky boy over here. Ooh, creepy, I like it. So fast forward all the way over near the Gotham City section. We're on the backside of the construction for Aquaman Power Wave. You can see this thing is full of water. And like I said before, they have been testing it. They've also put a fence around the perimeter there. So no one's here working on it today. I'm sure they will work on it the upcoming week again. So very exciting though to know that they've really made a lot of progress on here. We'll kind of get another angle here in a little bit. Also here in the Gotham City section is the Drizzle Cheesecake on a Stick, and it seems like it's really going to stick around and is quite a big hit. And just want to show you the menu here. So you can see we've got the Hazelnut Deluxe, Sweet and Salty, Pretzel, Red Velvet, Peanut Butter Dreams, Oreo Wonder, Strawberry Crunch. Of course, you can just get a plain if you're looking for something more simple. They do have some other beverages which are great for the heat. And we actually met Steven, who runs the Drizzle booth, and he was kind enough to let us give this a try. So let's check it out. And so here is a look at Drizzle's pretzel cheesecake. You can see it's cheesecake dipped in all kinds of goodness with caramel topping on top, a nice mix of salty and sweet. Let's give it a try. All I can say about Drizzle cheesecake on a stick, it's super delicious. So I think the one thing that really sets them apart, number one, the cheesecake itself is really nice. It's very cold, so when it's warm, you know, it really cools you off. It's not as heavy as it looks. They also hand dip it in the chocolate on site, and any of the toppings they do on site. So like the pretzel topping, you know, sometimes that could maybe could be stale on some stuff. Not here. Super fresh, super delicious. With it being on a stick and with it being as cold as it is, it freezes and melts together really nice. So it's a super easy snack to walk around the park with and enjoy. So not messy at all and super, super yummy. We've ventured our way back into the USA section. You can see Pandemonium there. And a lot of the construction wall around Aquaman Power Wave is starting to come down. So you can actually get really close to the water trough. So you can see lots of water in there. You can see all of the mechanisms. You can see the spike very clearly now. And it's really nice to see this. I hate this construction wall, so anything that cleans it up is always very welcome. Also, kind of from this angle, you can see just how massive these retaining walls are to keep the water in. So the boat's actually, its final descent is going to come down this spike and splash, so all the water is going to shoot towards us. So this is kind of their way of keeping it in, because it I don't feel like the splashdown pool is probably as big as it's intended to be when they install one of these, because it is a very tight fit over here. All right, everyone, that does it for this visit to Six Flags Over Texas. As you can see, we're back in the car. It's super hot outside, but we had a really good visit. I am very pleasantly surprised by the Oktoberfest Food Festival, and I highly recommend you come out, give it a try, walk around. You don't have to buy a sampler package. You can buy stuff individually, so if you don't want to pay the $26.99, you can drop, $10 and get you an item. But I do think it's worth a try. They've worked really hard to get the thing rolling. Just the whole theming environment of it is really great. And I'm also pleasantly surprised by all the stuff that appears to be coming for Kids Boo Fest. So we kind of pointed all of it out, but you can visit our website. We do have a whole Boo Fest page there where we explain kind of everything that's going on, and for Fright Fest as well. So Fright Fest and Kids Boo Fest starts next week, so we won't actually be out here at the beginning of Fright Fest, but I promise we will be out here in the near future to cover it. And we're also going to be at Fiesta Texas, SeaWorld San Antonio soon to cover their Halloween event. So we're looking forward to that. If you're a fan of those parks, we will be covering that very in-depth here pretty soon. It's really fun to see the progress on Aquaman Power Wave, even though it's not opening till next year. They're chugging right along, they're getting things finished up, so that's always a very welcome sight. Tons of stuff was open, tons of food locations, things like Log Flume 1, Dive Bomber Alley. They were all open, operating. Judge Roy Scream, so it looks like, they're in pretty good shape heading into Fright Fest. So really enjoyable visit. There's definitely kind of a new life in the park that hasn't really been there all summer, so hopefully going into the fall and winter, it continues, and everyone has good visits out here. If y'all have any questions, let us know in the comments below. Also make sure to check out sfotsource.com. That is your premier guide to Six Flags Over Texas. We have tons of park information, especially for the events coming up on there. So make sure to check that out. Thank you all for watching. Take care. We'll see you soon.